starting off, I've already oiled and gelled down my widow's peak and my edges. I'm going to put my wig cap on, and then we're going to start the detangling process for my synthetic wig. The story of how one of my friends in high school used me to go see her boyfriend. So this particular friend had a boyfriend. He was older. I think he was like a senior or a junior, and she was a freshman. And I was a freshman. We were the same age. So I was excited because she was like, oh, I want to come over to your house after school. So of course I'm like, oh, okay, cool. We get to ride the bus together and da-da-da. I'm thinking this is about to be like a little girl moment. Little did I know she was just using me as a middle point so that she could see her boyfriend and they could hunch. I'm not judging, but I wish she would have told me that versus making it seem like we were actually going to hang out. She rode the bus to my house. And she wasn't even there for no longer than about 10 minutes before her boyfriend pulled up and she just left. I'm like, okay, well, thinking she's actually gonna come back. I don't know why I was thinking that. Pretty stupid to think, like, once you're with your boyfriend, you're definitely not coming back to your friend's house. She left with him, didn't tell me that that was the plan. And, you know, I kind of felt for the first time a friend betrayal. That was the first time that I knew that it wasn't homies over whores. It was whores over homies. Homies over homies. Homies over homies. Like, girls were always going to choose their guy friend over their gal friends. And, you know, that was my first lesson of that. I was a virgin. I never really had a boyfriend. So, of course, I don't know that yet. That's a lesson that, you know, I learned at that moment. I remember I had texted her and asked her was she coming back. She never replied. And then she just called me later on that night to let me know she made it home. And that, you know, oh, the sex was good. And, you know, we had sex in the car. And, you know, thank you for letting me come over. Da, da, da. Along those lines. But it kind of hurt my feelings. And I never really expressed it because it's just like, well, what's the point? Now I know that, you know, if she ever says she wants to come over, it's not because she wants to hang out with me. It's because I'm closer to where her boyfriend lives than where she lives. I just couldn't understand why she would choose hanging out with him over hanging out with me. Now that I'm older, I still don't understand that. But I now know that that's just something that us girls do. Most girls will choose their nigga over their friend, even though their nigga put them through like so much shit. So this same guy that she was dating later on in their dating asked, could he have a threesome with me? Why is he looking at me to have a threesome with y'all? And of course I said no, because I'm a virgin. I'm like, ew, like, no. Like, I don't want to fuck you and your boyfriend. Like, I really saw you as a sister. I didn't see you as like sexy. The more and more I thought about that situation, it just brings me to believe that until you have like self-esteem, which in high school most of us do not have this self-esteem, like most of us are just kind of figuring things out, you will let guys literally put you in some weird position. Number one, you allowed him to make you use your friend just so you can get some car dick. Number two, you allowed him to ask you with his crusty, dusty ass lips to ask your friend would she be a part of a threesome. What the fuck? Like, what on earth would possess him to think that that was okay? But this is why age gap relationships always kind of throw me off, because the person that's older is normally in control. And it's rare that it's the opposite way around. Like, towards the end, it could become the opposite way around if the younger person realizes their power in the situation, but a lot of times they don't realize their power in the situation. But for the most part, the other person has more experience than you. They just have more going on than you. They may have a few more assets than you do. Car, or credit card, or, you know, like just a little bit of money or an apartment, or they just have the availability or money because they work a job to influence you to do things. So it's like whenever I see seniors going after freshmen, I'm just like, you guys are so fucking gross. I feel like if you can't date within your age range, something's wrong. Why don't the women within your age group want you? 4 years is not too crazy. But when you're talking about high school and college, it is. When you get older, it'll be men 10 years older than you trying to talk to you. And if the women in your age range don't want you, I don't want you. Because again, that means that you're not taking care of business to the point where the women in your age group see you as an asset. Ladies, just think about it like that. If a guy is in college and he's trying to talk to you and you're in high school, the women in his age group do not see him as an asset. So why should you see him as one? Why should you pedestalize this man, like allow him to sleep with you, potentially give him your virginity, all of those things, and he is not valued by the women in his age group. Hence why he's trying to talk to you, because he knows that, you know, you're going to ask for less, or, you know, your self-esteem is lower, or you don't know nothing. You're still wet behind the ears. He knows he's getting over. So I always look at people, men, women, they, them, differently if you utilize age as a way to get people. These twists are only going to be in there temporarily because it's a synthetic wig. Once you do this, it just brings back the pattern a little bit more. Me and her ended up being friends for a very, very long time after that, because I don't necessarily cut people off because they made one mistake. Like, I try to give you some time to see if that is, like, your character. And if it is your character, then I might cut you off. Because I remember I used to be smitten over boys at one point. Like, we all have that almost like boy crazy phase. So I'm not going to give up on one of my friends because a dude got her in a chokehold. Really, that was her first. So, you know, I understand, because the way I was with my first girl, the way I was smitten over him, and we weren't even doing, like, the sex that I was having as a teenager, it's not the sex that I'm having now. Like, I didn't have a guy give me my first orgasm without me having to literally take the reins until this year. The guys that normally know what they're doing in the bedroom are not normally good for your spirit, baby. They're just emotionally unavailable at fuckboys, but they know how to get in between them legs. When do you cut your friends off? So for me, it used to take me years. Now that I'm older, it takes me like months. Hopefully one day, it takes me the first time that I see a deal breaker. But I also try to give people the benefit of the doubt because we're humans, and I know that I do some stuff that I still need to work on, because we grew up in a patriarchal society, are gonna choose niggas over everybody. So I try to be a little bit understanding of that and try to talk to people about it. I had a situation happen to me the other day, and it rubbed me the wrong way. I hate when a girl she'll choose the guy over the safety of her friend. Like, you'll put your friend in a fucked up position, but you'll go with that nigga just because the nigga doesn't want to be accommodating to the person that is helping you out. You know, I almost cut one of my friends off recently because of that, but I didn't have a conversation with her, so I didn't want to cut her off before I had the conversation. Because I know how I am. I can just assume that everybody has the same moral compass as me, and they don't. I'm never going to put my friend in a fucked up position to get no dick. Dick is everywhere. Like, right now, if I posted, do somebody want a link on a random Sunday, one of these niggas would DM me and be pressed. But I take cis mans, girl relationships very seriously, because I've always struggled to keep them because of men. Men are always the demise of female relationships. To be quite honest with you, it's not the girls' trips. It's not none of that shit. It just be the fact that you realize your best friend, your sis, is so stupid over a nigga. But then when it comes to you, she holds you to such high regard. Bitch, how you gonna hold me to high regard? But the nigga that literally throws off your pH, you be giving him chance of the motherfucking chance. Nigga that gave you a whole STI you had to go get antibiotics and shit for. But then let me not have money for your birthday dinner. And I'm cut. Nigga gave you an STI. Nigga cheated on you. Nigga beat it on you. But I'm the one to throw away? So once I realized that, if you will throw me away for a nigga, you not really my friend for real. Because niggas come and go. What they say, bitches come and go, but you know I stay. That's how I feel about these niggas. Like, niggas come and go, but I'm here. Like, when you're crying, when you want to sit in the car and talk till 3 a.m. about nothing and everything at the same time, I'm there for you. Not these niggas. If you were to lose your job today, they wouldn't be there to help you through that process. They wouldn't give you a dime. They wouldn't give you a ride to a job interview. But then here you are having these super duper fucking high expectations for me, but not for these niggas. So this is normally how I look at the end of that process. I'm going to trim the ends while we're here. And yes, the wig will get shorter and shorter over time. At some point, I'm going to cut it to shoulder length. But cutting the ends just helps with that, like, straggly look that typically happens with synthetic wigs. See, I don't mind synthetic wigs because I'm able to change my style more with the synthetic. But I would like to have more human hair wigs because I do like the longevity of it. Like, I've had my human hair wig now since like 2020. She's still intact. Lace is still intact. All that stuff. So I did like this little messy-ish bun look. It was giving something. Don't know exactly what it was giving. Maybe it was this. I hate when I can't read. Okay, so this is what I did, but I used bobby pins. Messy look. But yeah. If the back look crazy, I don't be giving a fuck because who's back there? But the front be looking cute.